Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do this Fettuccine project digitally for the virtual students. So you have a circle here, and within here you're going to have, we have our text-to-speech tool. So if you need it to read it for you, just hit the play button. We don't really need to do that. Just if you need it to read it for you, all you do is hit play and it'll read it for you.
Here's the protractor.
So that's not terribly bad. But really what I want you to do is you're going to have to use the protractor. Now what we're going to do is we're going to line up this x-axis and this y-axis with this x-axis and this y-axis. So we're going to line it up so we can start marking off degrees. Now here it says mark protractor to mark in 15-degree increments. So I'm just going to use red. And what I'm looking for is, if you look and see, my cursor is a nice little cross. That's actually going to allow me to highlight. When I'm over the protractor, see the cross changes so I can actually move the protractor. So what I need to do is I'm going to go to 15 degrees. And I'm going to follow this out to the circumference. I'm going to wait for it to change. See how it changed right there? So now I can draw a line on my circumference at 15 degrees. I'm going to go up another increment of 15. That's going to be 30. And I'm going to follow that all the way out to about 30 degrees right here. I'm going to do another 15 degrees. I'm going to follow that out. So we're at 45 degrees now. So we're going to follow this out and just eyeball it. This is just an approximation. Oh, see, it didn't change, so it moves my protractor. So I have to put my protractor back. So we're going to go back to 45. And 45 is a weird one. I don't know why it does this, but it takes a while for this to change. So just you got to wait for that little my mouse to change. I'm still on the protractor, Now I'm off. So now I can mark it. As soon as it makes that switch is when I can highlight. So at 45, I add 15, I go to 60. And I'm going to mark this. See how my change is there. So I'm going to eyeball it and mark that. 60 goes to 75. I'm going to mark that. 75 goes to 90. I'm going to mark this. 90 goes to 105. So I'm going to mark this. And of course, I'm going to mark 0. So you're going to do this all the way around. So you may have to take this and move your protractor upside down so you can do the bottom quadrant. To take it off, you just simply click right here for the protractor. Now once you have all your tick marks, you're going to pull your ruler out. You're going to use a notepad, or you can just do this on paper at home. I like using the notepad here. And I'm going to measure these lengths. So for this first one, I'm going to say that it's 8. So I'm going to say 0 degrees equals 8. And I'm going to go up to 15 degrees. And I'm going to measure my 15 degrees where it intersects. And I'm going to say it's about 7.6. So you just have to approximate. Nothing stellar. You don't have to be perfect. So I know I got a 30 degrees next, because we're doing 15-degree increments. And that looks like it's 7 right on. And I'm going up now to 45 degrees, and that looks like it's at 6. Then I'm going to go up to 60 degrees. This looks like it's about 4.2. And then I'm going to go up to my 75 degrees. That looks like it's 2 even. And then 90 degrees, well, that's 0. And now I'm going to go to 105 degrees. And that looks like it's 2, but I got to be careful. It's actually going to be -2 because I'm on the X. I'm looking at my X distances. So here it says the reason why I'm measuring it is from the y-axis to the circumference. So I'm going from the y-axis to the circumference, meaning I'm staying parallel to the x-axis. So if you notice, every one of these measurements are going to be parallel to the x-axis. So we're actually finding the x distance of each of these marks as we go around. Now that I have these on the notepad, here's what we're going to do. Close my notepad. I'm going to go to the next question. And it's this grid. Each one of these tick marks, I tell you right here, each tick mark is 15 degrees. I'm going to pull out the notepad, my recorded distance. I'm going to highlight. So right here at 0 degrees, I have 8. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So at 0 degrees, I'm going to highlight 8. Then at 15 degrees, I'm going to do 7.6. roughly. And I know this is not going to be perfect because you're doing this with the computer. And then at 30 degrees, it's going to be 7. Oh, that one was good. Then at 45 degrees, it's going to be 6. Then at 60 degrees, it's going to be 4.2. Then at 75 degrees, it's going to be 2. Then at 90 degrees, it's just 0. And then at 105 degrees, it's -2. And you're going to keep doing this entire process all the way out to 360 degrees. And you're actually going to be creating a graph of either sine or cosine. And later on, I will tell you which one you actually created. So you're going to do this from 0 all the way up to 360. So it'd be end up over in here somewhere. And it's going to make a nice, pretty little wave for you. And then you're going to do the process again. But now when you make your mark, say 15, 30, 45, yada, yada. When you do your ruler this time, you're going to be from the x-axis to your circumference, staying parallel to the y-axis. And then you're going to, on the next problem, just plot out you're going to just do your graph with your recorded distances from being parallel to the y-axis, or from the x-axis going up to it. So you're recording the y distances. And that's it. That's how you would do the Fettuccine project. I'm really just looking at these last two graphs and see you have the general shape of it. I am going to look to make sure that you are marking off your distances and everything else, your degrees and that. So this is a pretty easy major grade. It is going to be a little tedious to get it done, but it's pretty straightforward. Hi, I'm Mr. Buzzard, and these videos are supplemental instruction for my students. If you found the video enjoyable, make sure you click the like button and click subscribe, as well as the bell for notifications to receive future videos on high school mathematics.